Okay, so I'm sitting here in front of my gear. I have everything hooked up and I'd like to just do a bit of a demo of what some of it sounds like and what is giving me my tone and how all that is working together. So let's start with the guitar. As I said before, I'm using a Shawn Lane Vigier signature, and the way I like to keep my guitar is this. I actually like to keep my volume about maybe a third of the way up and the tone rolled about a third of the way up. The reason is because for some reason this guitar seems to be a bit brighter than other guitars that I've played, and I've talked to a couple of VGA dealers, and they say a lot of the guitars that are apparently made in France and on that side of the world are made a bit brighter than ones that we see over here a lot of times. So at some point I'll probably go through and change out the pots on them. I forget which ones are in this specific guitar, but apparently the ones that were put in from the factory were a bit brighter. So anyway, I may mess with that at some point. I may mess around with changing out the pickups as well. Just just a few things to throw around here. I haven't decided which ones that I want to put in yet. So let's get started with the tones and stuff that I have going on here. So for my clean tone, as I said, I've got a Yamaha DG80 amp, and I'm running directly in, except for the Westbury pedal and the looper. They are in front, but other than that, I am running directly into the amp. No complicated setups or anything like that. As I said, I do have the Yamaha UD Stomp delay running into the effects loop. The UD Stomp is not even on, so this is what the clean tone from the amp sounds like with just a bit of reverb. It's a pretty nice tone. So that was a neck pickup. Let's hear what it sounds like on the bridge pickup. Okay, so that's what the amp sounds like by itself. As I said before, the reverb is coming from the amp. I don't have any pedals or anything like that, no complicated setups. Oh, let me demonstrate what the Westbury sounds like without the UD Stomp on. So this is the Westbury Tube Overdrive. Got a really nice dark round tone to it. Okay, so that's what the Westbury sounds like running directly into the amp. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video real quick and run over there and turn on the UD Stomp. It's actually sitting on top of my amp just so it won't get kicked around on the floor or get scratched or anything of that nature. Plus, I keep it on like one preset anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So I will be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. So I've got the UD Stomp on, and I have it on the preset that I normally use. I think it's like the very first preset that I don't know if it's a factory stock preset, because when I got the unit it was used, but either way I really like it. Let's listen to see what the UD Stomp does to our signal, and I'm just running directly into the amp once again, just with the UD Stomp in the effects loop. So here's our clean tone. So anyway, as you can hear, it just kind of, what it's doing is just filling out the signal a bit, and I have the output of it down very low, so it's not really, it doesn't really have a huge effect. I could turn it up and it would actually be a little bit too much, but just the bit of processing that it's doing to the signal just fills out the tone a bit. I've got a loop in my looper here, so let's just go back to our neg pickup here, and I'll just play a little bit. Okay, so that's what it sounds like on the clean tone. So that's my basic clean tone that I use, and that's what I've used so far in my videos. The gear may change in the future, but anyway, as of this video, it's what I'm using. And here is what the Westbury sounds like with just a bit of the UD Stomp doing a bit of processing. Anyway, so that's what the Westbury sounds like. I'm sorry, that was very sloppy playing. I need to warm up today. Haven't had as much time to practice today as I'd like. So anyway, so I hope that gives you an idea of what some of this gear sounds like. I know it's a bit rare of a setup. It's not your typical setup. But to be honest, this is not a very expensive setup as far as the amp goes. The DG amp ran about $500, and then I found the Westbury for around, I think, $200, and the UD Stomp was a bit more expensive. It was around $5, and The guitar, well, I guess that would be the most expensive part of this deal. It was around $2,600. Okay, so that about wraps it up for the demo of some of the random gear that I'm using. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I'll be glad to answer them as best I can. See you in the next video.